The stack keeps growing. Rad Chaser's on a mission to add 100 NES games this year, and the quest is heating up. Every cart tells a story, and this collection's getting wilder by the week.
Friends, hey, hi, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the show. This is Rad Chaser, the Bionic Commando in Orlando, the man of the hour, reads Nintendo Power, and the gamer who should come with a disclaimer. And this is your NES Quest update. I've got a stack of games to get through. They've been piling up. I haven't gotten to it in the last couple of weeks because the son of Rad Chaser came up here and we went to town on finding NES games, on finding Nintendo Powers, getting boba, of course, Chasers and Cars getting boba. I am not sleeping on the main quest. I have been grinding in the background slowly, so don't you worry. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? First and foremost, I want to thank Retro Video Game Guy. He hooked it up with 2 complete box NES games. First one is Evert and Lendl Tennis. I've always enjoyed this box art. I've seen it out and about, and while it is just a tennis game, it does look pretty sweet, so I'm enjoying it. And it says it's a 4-player game, so you can use the 4-score or the Satellite to play this one, which I find interesting because I've never really used that thing to do anything with. First off, Old Chaser's gonna need to find 3 friends, and that's gonna be quest number 1. Anyway, cool tennis game. This box is in pretty okay condition. Looks like somebody took a bite out of it there, so I don't know, and I haven't opened it yet, so I haven't looked at the insides, but as far as I know, they're complete, so we'll probably take a closer look. Next up, LOOPZ with a Z. Now, the box claims that this is the most addictive game ever. Quite a claim, LOOPZ. Quite a claim, especially with the, pretty lackluster box art. Now the back, basically looks like some manner of, pieces of different sizes and shapes, fit them together to form complete loops. Okay, so what you need to do is literally make loops, and I'm guessing close them out and on to the next. A bit of a puzzle game, kind of like Tetris, kind of like Snake if you've ever played that on an old Nokia phone if you're old enough. Thank you, Retro Video Game Guy. You are the glue that is holding this NES Quest together. You've hooked up a good chunk of the games that I need for the quest so far. NES Quest, trying to get 100 NES games added to the stack this year. I am going slow and steady, winning the race. I need to get between 8 and 9 games every month. I am ahead of my goal so far, my quotas, so that's good. And I'm gonna try to stay a little bit ahead of the curve, just a little bit of wiggle room, just in case, things go south. But I don't, this trajectory we're going up, we're trending upward, and that's cool. The second stack I'm gonna go through here is a bunch of games that I got from a place called Galactornado Rex. That is a mouthful, it's a lot of syllables, but oh my god did this place pack a punch for such a small size. We have 2 videos that are out that cover this place. We found it in a strip mall in Kissimmee, Florida, and boy oh boy am I happy that I responded to that Facebook Marketplace ad. I got a bunch of games, Son of Chaser got a bunch of magazines, including some heavies. So be sure to check that video out while you're doing stuff. Alright, let's move. First up, Puzznick. I'm guessing by the name, it's a puzzle game. I'm gonna go ahead and say, in advance, I haven't played a big chunk of these games. That makes sense. Anyway, simple enough for complex minds. Puzznick. Next, MTV's Remote Control. I can't remember if I played this. If you were alive back in the 1980s, which I'm sure none of you were, there was a game show on MTV called Remote Control, and it was basically just a trivia game, questions, blah, 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 prizes, etc. But kind of cool. I think they were music-themed questions as well, which would make sense for music television. I can't remember if I played this one or not, but this could be fun if I could rustle up maybe 2 friends to play with. Or, really, I could probably just play against the computer. The question here is, are the questions relevant anymore? This is already 1980s kind of trivia, so it's probably gonna be 70s and 60s. Who knows? That's the 1960s for you youngsters out there. Up next, we have the Addams Family. Now, this game, I think, in my opinion, is way cooler than Fester's Quest. Fester's Quest is like, basically, they took the overhead scenes from Blaster Master and just sort of repurposed it into another game with blisteringly, irritatingly difficult, mechanics with the guns and such, infinitely respawning enemies. But anyway, Addams Family is more of a platformer. I think you play Gomez which is of course, you know, the head of the household. So this one's pretty sweet. I'm excited to try this one out. A little bit of damage here on the label, but that's fine. Cool thing here is it's got a rental store sticker on it, which always cool in my mind. I love that kind of stuff. This one came with a manual as well, so that's pretty sweet. This one came with a Nintendo branded sleeve, even though it's not a first party game. Now I don't know if you can tell in the camera here, but this Nintendo branded sleeve is one of the late releases, and you can tell that because it's more of a like a foil holographic kind of look to the lettering and the red outline here. I don't think the camera's really going to do it justice, but there are different versions of that too for any of you turbo nerds out there. Last up for this little stack is Videomation. Not a game, a drawing and animation system. It's pretty basic. It's the Microsoft Paint of I guess NES games, which if you wanted to do something with this, old son of Chaser was saying we should make some sort of logo with it, but looking at it, it might be a little bit more of a learning curve to do something like that, but it could be something to check out. I do enjoy the cover art. I mean, that tiger's leaping out of the screen on you. Now, to be fair, there is probably no chance that you'll be able to make something that cool leap off the screen, but whatever. It's instruction manual, very crispy, nice, very nice, not a flaw to it. This one came with a generic sleeve as well. And I'm gonna take this Nintendo branded sleeve and swap it out for a generic one and then use this one for another Nintendo first party game, preferably a late release game to match with the late release sleeve. Again, Turbo Nerd signing in. Couple of games I got from Gamers Inc. We've got a video coming out on this one too. We were out getting boba and there's a place called Royalty and it's literally like 3 doors down from Gamers Inc. So you know we're stopping by there. So I got a couple of games and some player's guide because the Son of Chaser's main quest rubbed off on me a little bit. So I saw a couple things and I said, well, hey, I'll take a little bit of that. And he got some Nintendo power, so all good, baby. It's all good in the video game hood. Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Basically, you're in charge of areas of feudal Japan, it looks like, based on the screenshots I saw. You get to make decisions, and those decisions affect the outcomes of your kingdoms, etc. I'm not quite sure how it works, and I hate saying that because, you know, other than sitting here and playing it and playing through it, I'm not gonna know. Once I get this whole stack sorted out, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up on my one-a-day NES games for my YouTube Shorts, wherein I actually play the game and lower the counter number of games I haven't played. And Werewolf: The Last Warrior. This one looks like a sweet side scroller. It's from Data East, which gave you such hits as Bad Dudes and Karnov and Burger Time. This one looked pretty cool. I watched a couple vids on it. The music is pretty sweet too, so that's awesome. And the label is crispy, and that art is pretty awesome too, so yay. All right, one more stack of games here. This is the big one. These all came from eBay. There was a seller that had a couple of small lots, so I tried to snatch them all up, and he combined them all and sent them all through, so awesome. Total Recall, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you've never seen this movie, go see it. It's great. It's one of my faves. Go see it. It's directed by the same guy who did RoboCop and one of my favorites of all time, Starship Troopers. Oh, and Showgirls. I think this is a side scroller. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't played it. I will though. Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego? You know, every so often I go out and I see this, and it's in a, if it's complete in box, it's a big box, and I'm dying to get that thing. For some reason, it just jumps out at me. I mean, this album art, look, it looks pretty iconic. It looks like a Renaissance type thing, but it's anachronistic because she's sitting there on a motorcycle, so it's a little anachronistic. I'm sad that the label is a little janked up because this one just looks so cool, but you know, if I get an upgrade, I will go for it, and it's gonna be a complete in box upgrade for sure because the box looks pretty cool. Maybe future me can stick a picture of it right here. That's it, and it looks cool. It looks as cool as I described it 2 seconds ago. Solar Jetman. I already have a copy of this, but it came in the lot, so I'm just gonna have to deal with that. This one it has something scratched into the label. I'm gonna guess it's somebody's last name, M-O-T-T-H-E, Moth. It's got something etched into the label there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's probably somebody's name, which is pretty cool. This copy is probably worse than the copy I already have, so back out it goes, I suppose. This one I'm excited and sad for because it's torn to bits. It's The Adventures of Bayou Billy. This is a fun one. If you've never played this, it's, you know, it's a fighting game. I mean, look, I feel like it's like if you played like Ninja Turtles 2, that label is wild. Would somebody put a cigar out on this one? How does it get like that? I'll tell you how it gets like that. Old Dominic, you know, gave it the business. This is a banger though. Sky Shark. I haven't played this one. I'm guessing it's some sort of, you know, 1942 flying style game, which is probably pretty cool. If this is a shooter, I'm down to play this. The label looks cool and it's crispy, so I'm happy about that. Super sweet. Solomon's Key again. Oh, there's so many of these labels on these old games are awesome. That's why I like to collect the boxes, because it's almost like collecting vinyl records, you know? Part of it is like cool album art. That's why I call these games, that's why I call it album art, yeah, honestly. Unlock Solomon's Secrets. I don't know what they are. I don't think I've played this one. I may have messed around with it for a minute, but I'm not quite sure. Mylon's Secret Castle. I remember playing this one, but I don't remember too much about it. I know there's puzzles to be solved. I know you're trying to ascend levels, up a level of a literal castle, I believe. This could be a fun one for me to pop back into the NES and check it out, see what shakes loose. And the cart itself is pretty crispy. And last but certainly not least, Bionic Commando. Mamma mia! Let's take a platformer and all the cool things about that, and let's put a handicap on it. And that handicap is you can't jump. We're gonna give you a bionic arm where you have to shoot and grapple on the things to get your way around. I don't know, I've been playing this one so long, it's a bit, I can't remember what it's like to not be able to jump, but it's just, you know, it's just a learning curve, a little bit of mechanics to learn, but once you do, this one's tough to put down. It is not really related to the old Commando game, other than in name, as well as Super Joe, I think, is part of this game, but as a minor character. You actually have to save him, so, ooh-ah-woo. But this is a slapper. It's Capcom, the music rocks, the game rocks, and you rock if you're gonna play it. So we've got 16 games total for this haul. I already own one of them, so it's gonna be 15 for the final number, which is a big old number to slap onto the NES Quest. And that gives us a grand total of 42 NES games for the year out of 100. Can I get a little bit of fanfare, please?
$42.
42? Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one, beautiful chasers. Thanks for coming along the ride. The main quest is going. It's moving forward. We're going along with it. We're staying on top of our numbers. I'm so excited about this. The cool thing about this is at the end of the year, we're gonna have a huge stack like this. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. We got tons of new videos coming out. Mondays and Thursdays are gonna be the days to check in for that. We got long form, we got short form, we got collection videos, we got hunting videos. What do you need? We're gonna have some more GameCube kiosk videos as well. This baby is dying to be used over here. Look at it. Maybe we take you along and play a couple games with you. See what shakes loose. See what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. This is the Rad Chaser. If there's one thing you take away from any of these videos, it's never, ever, ever, ever forget. Keep chasing them.
I love Rad Chaser. He is handsome and smart.
$42?